Now, welcome UFC featherweight Daniel Pineda. Daniel, thank you for the time today, sir.
How's it going, brother?
It's going great, thank you. We will take the first question from Nolan King with MMA Junkie.
Cool.
Appreciate the time, man. Welcome back. It's been a little while since we saw you in the UFC. It's been 6 years, actually, since your last UFC fight. So talk to me about how it feels to be back and going through fight week again.
It feels good. You know, it's not a big camp, but it feels good to be back, man. Happy to be here.
Was there ever any doubt as you were going through other organizations and working your way back here that you would be here again?
No, I knew I was going to come back and give it another run. I've been telling my coaches and everybody, I'm going to give it one more run. And this is the run I'm giving. I'm doing it right now.
The last time we saw you compete in the cage, you were in a tournament, and it was a one-night tournament, and those results were overturned. So we never really heard from your perspective. Can you kind of give your side of that and maybe how frustrating that was to deal with from your perspective?
It sucked. You know, you work so hard, and then for that to happen, I mean, it just sucked, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And also, you talk about how you're back and you're going to give it one more run. So what do you plan to accomplish now that you're here? What is the second run for Daniel Pineda in the UFC look like?
Get to the top and make as much money as I can. That's exactly what my second run is. Make as much money as I can, and so I can support my baby and my girl at home.
For sure, man. Well, I appreciate the time and good luck, Daniel.
Thank you, brother.
We will take our next questions from Jay Anderson with Cage Side Press.
Hey, thanks very much. And Daniel, I'm not sure if you saw this, but Burns called you more dangerous than Alexander Volkanovski, more dangerous than the champ. What's your reaction when you hear an opponent say something like that?
You know, he has respect. Same respect I got for him. You know, he's good. He's a world-class jiu-jitsu guy, and, you know, we have respect for each other. I mean, we know it's going to be a fight. We know it's going to be a war, and that's why we're in the main card now. You know, everybody's expecting a war, and there is going to be a war.
You haven't had a lot of time to prepare to prepare for this fight. What was your approach? What was camp like going into this?
Don't get hurt. Don't overwork myself because it's only a week, you know, well, 2 weeks, 1 week at home and 1 week here. So just try to cut my weight and try to get a lot of running in. Try to get in shape.
And he's obviously known for his ground game. You've got a boatload of submissions as well, something he pointed out, I think 17 or 18 in your pro career. Is this a case where you want to test yourself against him, or is the plan to kind of force him into a stand-up battle?
Y'all know how I fight, man. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to try to finish him, or he's going to finish me. It's one of them two. I don't like decisions. I've never gone to a decision. All of them are finishes. So one of us is going to get finished. If it's him or if it's me, but it's going to be a good fight.
All right, well, looking forward to it. Best of luck this Saturday.
Thank you, brother.
We will take our next questions from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Hey Daniel, welcome back to the UFC. Can you kind of give me an idea of what this last 10 months has been like for you? I mean, to make a kind of a short notice debut, go into PFL, win 2 fights, you're in the finals, you're about to fight for $1 million. We know what happened with the Nevada Commission. Then you get a suspension, your time off. Then you're back in the UFC again. Here you are fighting, in the middle of a pandemic on a massive card like UFC 252. Like, what's the emotion been like for you for these past 8 to 10 months?
Man, honestly, I haven't even been thinking about none of that. I just had my baby girl. She's 2 months. My wife's been pregnant for 9 months. So, I mean, I've just been taking care of my baby, trying to work out. And I know I was going to get back in here. I knew I was going to get back in here. And I'm in here now. And now it's just time to prove myself, to myself and to all the fans out there and everybody else. And whoever's doubting me out there, all they do is doubt. I'll just wait. Come Saturday night.
And not to obviously take a dig at PFL by any stretch of the imagination, but I think everyone knows they ended up not fighting at all this year. And there's been some frustration from some of the fighters, with the UFC being back, Bellator coming back, things like that. In the end run, were you happy that, you were able to get out of PFL and come to UFC? Now you're fighting, because I know you're an active guy. You like to, we know you as a guy who fights quite often.
Yeah, I don't say no to fights. He called me in 3 days, I'm going to fight, do a catch weight and I'll fight, but, man, just know I got a good manager. and I got out of the contract and I'm here now. So that's what counts. And I got an awesome manager, Jason House. He's the man.
And you were when you were in the UFC before, and you've always been known as a guy who puts on exciting fights and always goes out there to put on a show, win, lose, or draw. And we've seen it, especially during this pandemic. The UFC really seems to appreciate, the guys and the girls who've gone out there and done that. Do you feel like, in a way, this is the perfect time for you to come back to the UFC with your style and your attitude in a time where we are in kind of a weird time for fighting?
Yeah, I think it's the perfect time. And it's a perfect time for me to get some bonuses too. Now that I'm in the main card and I can actually see and get my bonuses. I mean, it's a perfect time. Everything's falling into place at a perfect time.
And last question for me, as you said, you're not a guy who turns down fights or turns down opportunities, but getting a guy like Herbert Burns in your first fight back, I mean, this is a big fight. Herbert's been on a great run. One of the top prospects in the division. Of course, his brother is, number one ranked welterweight in the world. I mean, could you have asked for a better scenario? Now, main card, as you mentioned, it seems like everything's kind of fallen into place.
Exactly. No. I love this fight. I love all the hype he got behind him. I love all the hype they have. Their jiu-jitsu, and I mean, I can test myself out, see where I'm at with that jiu-jitsu. See if he can submit me. Maybe I submit him. I'm going there and submit him. I mean, for sure, we're gonna get finished. One of us. There's no decision. So no, it's good, and I'm happy I got this fight. I'm happy. The last time they asked me to fight him, I said yes. It didn't happen. He ended up fighting somebody else. And that was like in a 4-day notice. And then I knew he was gonna come back, and here we are. I'm excited to fight Herbert. He's good. I've watched him, and I mean, he's good.
Awesome. Thanks, Daniel.
Yep.
And we will take our next questions from Pablo Santamaria with Notima, Ecuador.
Hey Daniel, how are you?
How's it going, brother?
What will be your strategy for the fight? Are you going to keep the fight on your feet, or do you have no problem going to the ground and show that you're a complete fighter?
I'm gonna do whatever opportunity happens. I'm gonna go in there. Every fight starts standing, so I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna stand up, and if he lets me take him down, I'm gonna take him down and ground and pound him. I'm not scared of his ground. I'm not scared of his stand up. So wherever it goes, I'm happy to be there.
Okay, you're a more experienced fighter than him. So do you think that your experience will play an important role in achieving the victory?
Yes. Very. I've have what, like 2, 3. Yeah, I have what, 26, 27 fights. Oh, whatever, 30 something fights. So yeah, I have a lot more experience. I think I got more fights than all the guys that are fighting the same night on that card. So, yeah.
That's cool. So good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Those are all the questions we had for you, sir.
Thank you.